What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Foe on the Flicks. I'm your host, Forrest Rooney here, and I'm going to be doing the breakdown of the upcoming UFC pay-per-view 278 ESPN UFC Pick'em. I'm going to make my predictions on this episode. But before I start with the predictions, I just want to share a little cool fun fact with you guys. Hold on, let me turn off my TV so I can get this glare out of my glasses. So, if you guys are familiar with MMA podcast, you'll know Believe You Me, Michael Bisping's podcast. He used to do it with Louis J. Gomez. Now he's on there with Anthony Smith, UFC lightweight. And I made it on the show in the Cheeto Vera episode that just dropped yesterday. And I had no hopes or really expectations that I would be on there because I've sent in probably like 5 to 10 submissions, fan questions over the years, and never seen myself on there. I don't watch every episode. I try to. I usually do. So maybe I'm on there again, but this was my first time, and if they recognized my name, they probably would have said so. So, yeah, my dumbass question got the award for the dumbest question they've ever been asked. And that really crushed me. I always grew up saying I didn't care what people thought about me. Never did, but apparently that was a lie because, Michael Bisping said or Anthony Smith tried to be nice and say it's a good question if you don't know, because I asked would it be making a fist into the cage rather than posting with your or grabbing with your fingers or posting with your hand, like trying to I don't know, gain some purchase in there, and it was a dumb question, and they let me know it, so I put some of it in the shorts on my channel, but if you guys want to go see the full diss to me, you can go watch the episode. It's like an hour and 58-minute mark. I'm the last question on the show. And Anthony Smith tried to be nice and say, it's a good question if you don't know. And then Michael Bisping was like, it's a good question if you're dumb as fuck. So yeah, I can't say that I wasn't a little bit hurt, but it's all in good humor. And he did say afterwards, we're just kidding, we love you, buddy. So it's all good. And I just took it on the chin, and I'm going to try to redeem myself with another one. And if they don't put it up, that's cool too. But anyway, I just thought it was a cool little fun fact for you guys. I thought anyone who watches Foeonthefights, I know there's only a couple of you, but it might be cool to see me on the Believe You Me podcast. So go check that out. It's definitely gonna make you laugh. And it almost made me cry. Just kidding, I didn't cry, but I was kind of bummed out yesterday for real, because I just it just sucks that they used my pretty much worst question I ever asked, and I try to talk fast. I sound like I'm on Adderall or Coke because you got like a minute to make a video for me to be able to send it on email. It's so stupid. I don't know if that's true. I might be able to do longer, but anyway, let's get on to the picks, guys. Yeah, thanks for watching. I know I haven't been very consistent, but I didn't do crazy research. But for this one, I just made my picks with my gut pretty quickly, so we'll see how I do. Last Cheeto Vera versus Dominic Cruz, I went 7-4, not too bad. But here we go. Let's start with the UFC 278 Pick'em, Salt Lake City, Utah. Kamaru Usman defending his belt against Leon Rocky Edwards. And the first fight of the night, we have Daniel Da Silva versus Victor Altamirano. Altamirano is a heavy favorite at 71%. Daniel Da Silva is 29%. Daniel's 11-3. Victor's 10-2. I picked the Brazilian here. I'm pretty sure Victor's a Mexican guy, so he's probably got some dog in him. It's probably going to be hard to win, but I think the Brazilian gets it done. I'm not familiar with any of them, but yeah, my gut's going with the underdog in that one. And then second up, we have Orichi Lang, the Mongolian murderer, I believe his name is, if I'm correct, if I'm thinking about the same guy, versus Jay Perrin, who I'm not familiar with. 10-5, Jay Perrin is. Orichi Lang, 19-9. Orichi Lang, 70% picked. Jay Perrin, 30% picked. I'm going with Orichi Lang in this one. I think he gets it done. And then the next one, huge favorite, Amir Al-Bazi, fight number 3, versus the champion, Davison Figueiredo's brother, Francisco Figueiredo, who's, to be fair, not on his brother's level from what we've seen. So he's 13-4-1, and Amir Al-Bazi is 14-1, and he looks like a smaller Ilir Latifi, who's an absolute monster. So I'm picking Amir Al-Bazi to win this one. Okay, and then we got fight number 4. Moving on along, guys. AJ Fletcher versus Ange Lusa. I'm not sure what that flag is. I'm guessing he's somewhere in Africa, maybe, or South America. Probably Africa, though. These guys must be new because they're both got very green records. Ange Lusa is 8-3. AJ Fletcher's 9-1. AJ Fletcher's 74% picked. Ange Lusa is 26% picked. And just by looking at him, I can tell Ange Lusa is going to have the power advantage, most likely. So yeah, I'm going to go with Ange Lusa, the underdog there. Like I said, I'm not really familiar with him, but I think Ange Lusa is going to get it done. And then next we have probably the biggest favorite. There's a lot of huge favorites on this card, but this one's probably the biggest at 95% for Miranda Maverick, going up against Shanna Young. And Miranda's 12-4. Shanna's 9-5. Miranda's very good. She had a really close fight with Macy Barber, and I just like her style. She used to be a teacher. She's gritty. She's tough. I've seen Shanna Young fight, I think, but not many times, and I'm not super familiar. Like, I can't remember it on the top of my head, but my gut's saying Miranda Maverick is going to go on a streak here, and she's going to start it off, if she's not already on one, with this fight against Shanna Young. So yeah, I'm picking Miranda Maverick. And then next we have Sean Woodson, big tall skinny guy, versus Luis Saldana. Woodson's 9-1, 88% favorite. Luis Saldana is 16-7, 12% underdog. It's a hard one, man. I got a feeling Saldana could pull this one off just from experience alone, but he does lose a lot from what I remember. And Sean Woodson is a very good prospect. I think he came off a bad loss because I think he was undefeated. I think he might have lost his last fight. I'm not certain on that one. Let me check. Okay, never mind. Saldana's coming off of 2 wins against Yusuf Zalal and Colin Anglin. And then he lost before those two to Julian Erosa, who's not very, super good. So yeah, this should be a pretty decent contested bout. I'm probably going to go with Sean Woodson here. Luis Saldana, he is coming off of, let's see here, Sherdog. Sherdog's a hit and miss. He's coming off a win over Bruno Souza, and then a loss to Austin Lingo, and then pretty big win streak, actually. So yeah, this should be closer than the odds have it, but I'm going to go with Sean Woodson, the big, tall, skinny guy. I think he uses his reach. He picks him off from the outside, probably with the hands, and gets the win. But record shows Saldana's a veteran, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see an upset there. But then we're moving on to Leonardo Santos versus Jared Gordon. Santos is 19% pick. Jared Gordon's 81%. Similar records, 18-6-1 is Santos, and Jared Gordon's 18-5. I'm picking Jared Gordon just because I've seen him in the streets recently, taking a bat off a guy trying to attack him with it. Thought that was kind of funny, so I don't know. I'm just gonna go with Jared Gordon. I know a little bit about him, but not super. And then this one, oh my God, this is just like the Miranda Maverick, super favorite. Alexander Romanov versus Marcin Tybura. Marcin, he is a Polish fighter. I think he's coming off a loss to Alexander Volkov, which is nothing to be ashamed of, but Alexander Romanov is a monster. This dude is he's just a beast, man. He's a gorilla. He's a massive heavyweight. He's 16-0, undefeated prospect. on a fucking roll, and he just ragdolls people on the ground. So this one should be good, though, because Marcin's not a small heavyweight. He's not as big as Romanov, but I think it will be interesting. I think this is probably the biggest competition we're going to see Alexander Romanov go up against in Marcin, so should make for a very fun fight. And I'm going to pick the undefeated Russian, Alexander Romanov. And then next we have Wu Yanan versus Lucy Pudilova. I'm not sure if this is the same girl I'm thinking about, Wu Yanan. She's 12-5, 52% picked. Lucy Pudilova is 48% picked, 13-7. I'm not sure if this is the same chick, but if it is, she had terrible strike. Oh no, it's not. She had very short hair. This is a different Chinese chick, but yeah, I don't know. I picked Lucy Pudilova. Nothing against the Chinese girl, but I got her mixed up with another girl who was straight ass in there. Looked like she shouldn't even been in the UFC. She probably got released, to be honest, but yeah, we're going to go with Lucy Pudilova on that one. And then next up, we have a pretty interesting one. Tyson Pedro. Only 8-3, but he's got a lot of hype from down under. He's a big star in Australia, going up against Harry Hunsucker, who's 7-5, and Tyson's a 90% picked. Harry Hunsucker's 10% picked. I'm going to go with Tyson Pedro just because his name's Tyson. And I love this show called Firebite. It's an Australian vampire show. And the main character's name's Tyson. So, yeah, got to go with Tyson there. Always got to go with the Tyson. And next up we have, and right before the co-main event, we have Jose Aldo versus Merab Dvalishvili. Okay? Now, I've seen a lot of the pros. DC, Bisping. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure they all said they think Jose Aldo is going to get it done because he's beat wrestlers in his day. He's got great takedown defense, and he's super dangerous on the feet, obviously. And Jose Aldo is he's just one of those guys, man. He's definitely going to be a Hall of Famer, no question about it. He was the longest reigning featherweight champion probably ever. And Volkanovski's on a great run, though, so he might even match that or surpass him. But yeah, back in the day, Jose Aldo just couldn't lose, man. But he's 57% favorite. Merab is the 43%. But man, I just think Merab has momentum right now. I think he is like a train, and I think he's not going to stop. I think he's just going to come with pressure and just keep it on Jose. And if he can't get him down, he's just going to keep trying until he does. And he can take a shot too, as we saw against Marlon, who retired recently. I don't know why I can't think of his name. But yeah, I'm picking Merab. I think he gets it done. I think the clock is ticking for Jose. He's getting up there in age, and he's fighting at 135 now, which it's just crazy, man. Props to him, though. He's a legend. He's a GOAT for doing this, for dropping down to 135 and going on this run he's on, man. He's looking super good. He's going for the title. And I think if he beats Merab, he's definitely going to be next in line against TJ Dillashaw or Aljamain Sterling, strictly because he has a win over Chito Vera, who is right now looking very top contender-ish. So yeah, should be a great fight, but I'm going to go with Merab Dvalishvili. And then we have the co-main event. Everybody, will this fight happen? I'm not sure. I wouldn't hold your breath because it just seems like these two guys are they can't get in the cage no matter how many times they get set to. Paulo Costa versus Luke Rockhold. Costa's 13-2. Damn, that's crazy. He was undefeated? That's wild. I didn't know that. He was undefeated when he fought Izzy, obviously, because he got that loss. And then he got the loss to Marvin Vettori, so that's the 2 losses on his record. That's crazy. I forgot. I didn't even realize he was undefeated before the title shot. But yeah, I just think Costa's looking really good. He's looking lean, which is a first for him because he likes to come in super heavy. I mean, they fought at 205, Marvin Vettori, because Costa just didn't give a fuck about cutting weight. Like, he's a strange cat, but I think he probably knocks Luke Rockhold out. I think Luke's got a glass chin. I think his confidence is false. But yeah, it'd be cool to see Luke win, just because he's going through a lot and stuff. So yeah, I would like to see Luke win, but I'm going with Costa at 80% picked. Luke is a 20% underdog. And then, dun 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 dun, we're in the main event here, guys. Kamaru Usman versus Leon Edwards. Holy shit, Kamaru's a heavy favorite. 90% picked him, 10% picked Leon. I think this is going to be a good fight. I think it's going to be a lot closer than the odds suggest. But my gut's telling me that Usman is going to get the win because he's just looked unstoppable of late. And Rocky, he's a great fighter, but he's kind of like a point fighter. I don't know. If he comes out like looking to hurt Usman and really get nasty, he might have a better chance. But if he like tries to do the point fighting and shit, it starts slow, I think it's gonna be bad for him. And it's gonna be very interesting to see if Kamaru Usman even shoots, and if he does, how Leon Edwards' takedown defense holds up. Very, very interesting fight. I'm so stoked for it. I can't wait. I'm making these picks very early in the week, but that's just because I was just on Believe You Me, so I wanted to talk about that. And how many strikes? I'm picking Kamaru Usman, if I didn't already say that. And I picked 210 strikes will be landed in the main event. I think Usman gets the finish in the third, maybe the fourth. But yeah. So yeah, that's my picks for all 13 picks made. And I will be doing the review show after the card to let you guys know how it went. I'll be reviewing the whole card and the fights and how my thoughts on them and how I did on my predictions. I'll show you guys my record so you can know if you want to make bets based on Foeonthefights. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up. We're almost at the 20-minute mark here. I usually try to keep them under 20. So yeah, like and subscribe, or don't. I know you probably won't, so just don't even worry about it. For real, it's all good. But yeah, if you guys want to see me get absolutely destroyed, roasted by Michael Bisping on the Believe You Me podcast, I will post the link to the episode in the description of this video and the timestamp to where you can skip to see me get utterly destroyed for the worst, dumbest question they've ever been asked. Alright guys, that's Foeonthefights. Thanks for watching, and enjoy the fights this weekend. They should be fantastic. Thanks, and have a good one.